and it takes a long time. That's why it needs to start early. It's really hard to build on that, going from youth league to seniors or under 20s to youth league, and then try and teach them it in a season. You need it. It's very hard. It's basically a knowledge that gets slowly built over many seasons, and some obviously.
This is Coach to Coach, where we talk junior basketball coaching in a relaxed, practical way. I'm Jace, and these are your fast break chats. Let's get into it. All right, so that's on now. Cool. Good afternoon, everybody. It's a very wet, rainy afternoon in Melbourne this afternoon, but I am very pleased to be sitting down with a new friend. We met through Instagram and the socials and have connected pretty quickly on this one, so it's great to be here. Thank you.
Thanks for having me.
This is Daniel. Daniel's from Burn City Basketball.
Yep.
That's his new venture. Mm-hmm. Well, it's not that new, is it?
No, it's been going for a while, but it's just had its leg up recently.
Yep, nice. So we'll get started with my fast five. And I've realised they're not that fast. I'm going to try and get through them faster.
Yeah.
That's my plan for today. All right, let's go. How long have you been coaching?
10 years.
Wow, that is fast. Okay. What teams are you currently coaching with? Now, it's not team. I don't think it's team-based, is it?
It's not team-based. So I'm doing a whole bunch of individual and small group training.
Yeah, cool.
I've got a couple of teams that are in there, but they're not. I'm not their actual coach. I'm just doing their skill-based development, etc.
Not their team coach. Very much their actual coach.
Yeah, no. I can't take that either. I think I'm still their development coach.
Yeah, okay.
When it comes to game plan and all that sort of stuff, I leave that to them.
Yep, fair. Why do you coach?
I have a massive passion for coaching. Growing up, I was always eager for that extra knowledge.
Yep.
I had coaches that were happy to assist, but I just felt like there was always a gap between me and the kids above, and it couldn't get filled. And then I found out that gap could be filled, but the knowledge was just rare.
Yeah, okay. Yep.
And it was hard to come by.
Well, that leads to question 4. Was there someone specifically who had an influence on the way you coach? Was there any sort of highlights? Somebody worthy of a shout out? No, just
there actually is, and he'll probably laugh because he probably might find it a bit unexpected, or maybe he expects it. But his name's Phil Shelley.
Okay.
He's a bit known in the basketball world. He's known as a shooting coach.
Yep.
But I've taken a lot of how he teaches coaching cues outside of shooting to apply it to skills and
what you want to do.
Yeah.
Yeah,
what
nice.
I want to do on top of that.
Brilliant. And do you have a favourite professional player?
I couldn't be any more cliche.
Okay.
It's pretty cliche. It's definitely Steph Curry.
I almost could have guessed that.
Yeah.
Honestly, I felt it on its way out of your mouth. It was like,
he's just professional. He's great at what he does. He brings the teams up around him. He doesn't have to score 40. He doesn't have to do anything. He just wants to win.
Yep.
And he does it with a smile on his face.
He does seem very humble, doesn't he?
Yeah. I would want to play on his team. There's so many superstars I would not want to be on their team.
No. I can absolutely resonate with that. Yeah, for sure. All right. So when we first chatted, the thing that came up very quickly in terms of what you were passionate about, particularly for coaching and influencing young players, was some of the gaps that are missing. You've really tried to hone in your kind of space onto what's missing from coaching, what's missing from training. And I thought that's a really interesting topic to cover, because a lot of coaching, certainly the levels and experience that I've had, has been the fundamentals. Mm-hmm. You know, there's a framework that everybody's working to, but you seem to have identified a few things that could certainly be added to that program.
100%.
And I wanted to get your thoughts and ideas on what's missing from training from a coaching perspective, and
mm-hmm.
yeah, you know, what can we do to help that cause? So tell me, does that resonate with you?
100%. No, it definitely does. And I've just found that to transfer from the lower level to the higher level, obviously there's a certain amount of spacing, speed we need to move at, angles.
Yep.
and often it's not getting leaked into at a younger age.
Okay.
You can introduce it without over explaining it to an under 12s.
Yeah, okay.
So it's familiar as it comes through, but I think there is a bit of an issue where obviously not all coaches are going to know.
No.
And so you sort of need to know the advanced stuff to be able to break it down to be consumable in the first place.
Yeah,
if you don't know it, how are you supposed to break it down?
Yep.
And so there is a bit of I think what happens is kids, they go through 12s, under 10s, 12s, 14s, and if they're good, they might get a great coach. And they might make a first team that has a great coach.
Yep.
And then that coach will start to teach them the angles, the spacing, seam line extended, foul line extended,
Yep.
how to circle around, drift drag, all these things that are just basic things
At the upper levels. Yeah.
That aren't hard to learn. But when you're a junior and you're learning dribbling, fingertip dribbling, putting it through your legs, just all these basic things, it's not even close on the curriculum usually.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I'm so passionate is I went through the junior program. My skills grew definitely.
Yep.
Foundationally I was great. I could push the ball. I had court awareness, D score, but I definitely struggled to move into the upper leagues because I didn't understand these aspects that I'm talking about.
Yep.
And I didn't understand why I wouldn't get picked. And in hindsight, I was working on the right things, but they were missing huge components that are very important.
Yeah, okay.
And, so now things I missed out on that, and now I know,
Yep.
I feel like I'm passionate to pass it on to anyone that I can.
What this is going off script here. What has happened over the last few years for you? What helped you identify those missing gaps? I mean, you said you questioned why you weren't able to be picked for the sides that you would like to have landed in. I don't know if that would be the reflection point. So what was that? What was that moment?
No, it was basically I went to a basketball academy.
Okay.
And it was a Chisholm Academy, but it was run by Brendan Joyce, who's an ex-Olympic coach.
Yep.
There was a skills coach named Eric Minerve and Phil Shelley, who I was talking about earlier.
Mm-hmm.
And at the time, I was playing Big V for Chelsea.
Yep.
And so, quality player. I wasn't a starter or anything like that. I was on the bench. But so you'd assume I would know a lot about basketball. And if you had a Big V player as your coach, you'd probably be happy.
Absolutely.
When I went to this course and I was taught under an Olympic coach, it just made me realize how little I knew and how off course I was.
Yeah, okay.
And when I started learning, and then I would start talking to our import at the time, Corey Standifer, most people know who he is.
Yeah.
I'd understand that Corey knew what it was, but even he wasn't explaining it to the rest of it because it might maybe too hard basket. A lot of the time, it was really simplified. And so I just couldn't believe it.
Yeah, right.
And it was just a really massive shock factor. And those boys at the time, even now, they probably think, well, Daniel just joined the team recently. And I was sort of having a comeback to basketball at the time. So they probably thought of me as a bit of a novice then. But I've gone all in since then.
Yeah.
And since this moment you're talking about, I've gone all in and my knowledge has increased tenfold, and my obsession has increased tenfold. And I probably haven't even seen half those boys for 5-6 years now.
Yeah, right.
But it's just a new point in time, and I just feel like it's something that everybody can learn.
Yeah,
it's not.
It doesn't need to be affect.
Yeah, it doesn't need to be gate kept.
No, right.
Yeah.
So, all right. So that's. I'm really glad you shared that backstory because I find that quite interesting to know what that moment was and looked like for you. So, okay. So then as those players move, these younger players move through into the older age gaps, what you've thrown a few lines in there. Can we expand out on those a little bit? You talked about angles and extended free throw lines.
Foul line extended, yep.
Can you talk us through 2 or 3 of those?
Yeah.
Just so that we can learn something.
Yeah, of course. Okay. So, okay, both those things sort of do go hand in hand as well. So I'll use both those examples and tie them in.
Great.
So a lot of the time, if you're on the wing, your job is to be on foul line extended. So if you were to continue the foul line all the way out to the 3-point line, that's a wing. And if you mirror it, it's the same thing on the other side.
On the other side, yep.
Now, if you catch that ball and you do a rip drive, so one dribble gets to the rim, you're on a 45-degree angle, which is a great angle to hit the ball off the glass.
Yes.
If you're too close to the corner and you rip and go, you all of a sudden don't have that angle on the glass. So being at that point is very important. It's also really important for spacing. If your seam line extended, which is the block with the line looks sort of like a seam stitch.
Yep.
Seam line extended. There's a player there. And you've got someone on seam line, someone on foul line extended. If you are not evenly spaced and say you're a bit closer to the person on seam line by one step, so is your defender. So now that gap that your seam line teammate has is now gone because you're too close to him. Now that sort of has a flow-on effect on all the rest of the positions. So on the block, high post, low post, other seam line, corner, whatever it is, you all need to be evenly spaced. So if someone wants to attack, and if defense wants to hedge early, it's giving something early and it's noticeable. Now, if I was to move on to talk about drifting, if the person who is on seam line extended has the ball and the person who's on foul line extended is one pass away, if person on seam line drives and person on foul line extended's man helps, if you drift or run to the corner, you're creating a bigger space between your man and yourself. So when your teammate kicks you the ball, it's a much harder closeout.
Heaps of
A way bigger closeout. And so also he probably can't even see you. And so he has to turn, see you, close out, put a hand up, and you've obviously got other options outside of that. Head fake, relocate, shoot, drive, whatever you want.
You've got options. You've got time.
And so drifting is one of 5 movements you need to do if someone drives. And obviously I could go into all 5.
No.
But that would take a while.
I don't want to break down every single play here, but I wanted to get people thinking. I wanted people to think about the game and spacing and placement more deeply than they might traditionally have done so. So excellent. I love that. What are the things that you see some talented junior players arriving at the senior level still not be particularly good at, right, from a skills perspective? So you talked about, before we came on air, you were talking about IQ. I think there's an expansion on that conversation. So you said they've got lots of great skills, but...
100%. So the IQ is definitely one thing. It also depends on the club. I found that certain clubs have different things that they respect. And so if I did my juniors at Frankston, and it might be different these days, but at the time they really respected pushing the ball, teamwork and play. So if you go to another club, they might have really respected individual skill. And so it was 2 very different strategies.
Absolutely.
So depending on the club, but I would actually say physicality.
Okay.
If junior youth league team, say the youth league team wants to take on the seniors, even if not as skilled, will be ruthless in terms of bumping. They got the ball, you're in their way, they'll hit you.
They will.
They're going to box you out. They're going to put you on your ass. If you're cutting through the key, they'll push you out of court. And because going to the gym, getting strong. And the other thing is, I would also say that I think the foul calls it doesn't get cold at the senior level. If you're getting leaned on, you're driving, someone's having a swipe at the ball, they're hitting you in the arm. The ref's saying keep going. If you're in a junior game and there's a reach and there's a slap on, it's a foul straight away.
Always, absolutely.
And so if you go watch an NBL 1 match, they're diving on the ground, there's bodies everywhere, they're in the grandstand, it's mania. And the ref is like is letting it go, which I think is a good thing. Don't get me wrong.
I tend to agree.
It's definitely watchable.
But would you maintain that the reffing needs to be tighter on the younger groups to understand the game?
So I think that without knowing, talking like maybe it's on purpose, but or maybe it's just I'm not sure. Maybe it's the younger refs are being safe because a junior ref usually a younger ref.
Yep.
I'm not too sure, but I definitely when you're learning from me, I'm teaching physicality at a young age, bumping.
Yep.
You drive to lane, someone gets in front, hit them.
Yep.
Yeah. On Friday night, test out how many charges you can get before they call it. Now you know how hard you can drive.
Yeah.
You know, and so
yes.
just sacrifice a few drives, see how hard you can hit the defender.
Yep.
If they don't call anything, you know you've got more in the tank. And so keep pushing it. And so physicality is so big because I think that was a big jump for me.
Okay.
Especially as a really skinny guy.
All right. Is there other things that you reckon? I don't know. I was sort of thinking around some of the mindset and confidence, nutrition. You've talked about strength, strength training.
Mm-hmm.
What other gaps? I mean, this whole conversation is around what are the gaps? What's missing from the junior stuff that's required in the senior stuff?
Yeah, obviously with the physicality comes going to gym, strength training.
Yep.
There is a confidence.
Yep.
There's definitely a confidence.
I had that in
gap.
my notes. Love that.
Yeah, because as you're coming up, you obviously know the guys ahead of you with a lot more experience. You get stuck running through the systems.
Yep.
Okay, we're running horns.
Yep.
And you're in the corner, and all of a sudden, you know, your point guard can't score. The big man doesn't get it on the roll, and it's kicked out to the corner for the three. And you're the new guy in the team and you come up from the youth league, you have to shoot it. You're in the corner, you're open.
Yep.
And you're a shooter, and then you pass it. I've been there. I've passed it, and the coach subs you. You're on the bench because you didn't shoot it.
So what's your advice? Shoot it.
Shoot it. That is also another part of, I think, coaching in general. There's the gap, is giving all 5 guys on the court the confidence to shoot.
Yep.
If everybody is a threat,
then everybody's a threat.
If you have a scorer that drops 20 a game and you've got 5 guys on the court that are a threat, he's scoring more.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's not taking away from him.
No.
It's getting him open. And so you end up winning by more or scoring more. It's not, oh, we normally score 50 and now I shot the ball. We're going to score 48 because I took 2 points off our best player.
No, it ends up being 80.
Yep. Everyone gets guarded tighter, gaps open.
Yes.
Defense is under pressure the entire game.
Yes.
Help isn't helping as hard. It just has a massive flow-on effect. And I think there is an expectation that ends up occurring of, they need to shoot it. But I think there definitely needs to be a mental shift assisted by coaching staff.
Yes. Yep. That's an important message to share.
It's a part of coaching as well, is putting your player in the best mind frame to beat themselves, to play at their best. So
one of the things that I told my under 17 girls is that I want them to put more shots up, but it comes with one caveat. It comes with that you will get a feedback of yes or no from me in terms of whether it was the right shot or the wrong shot.
Yeah.
Now, I might not always get it right. They'll certainly not always get it right. But at least having that review after every shot or after every game starts to provide that, like, to build on that IQ of whether it was the right or wrong shot.
And it takes a long time.
It does.
That's why it needs to start early.
Yeah.
It's really hard to build on that, going from youth league to seniors or under 20s to youth league, and then try and teach them it in a season. It's very hard. It's basically a knowledge that gets slowly built over many seasons.
Yes.
And some, obviously, with anything, people have aptitude for everything. Some,
of course.
So that some people might get it quicker than others. But it takes a long time of an experience of, that was maybe not the best shot.
Yep.
I shot the mid-range, but I had someone diving and maybe the 90% finish under the ring was better than my 50% finish in the mid-range.
Float it.
Yeah. But I wasn't confident at the pass. So now I've got to work on my passing because the pass was the issue, not the choice.
Yep.
And so, but that takes a bit of maturity and experience to even acknowledge these things.
But like you say, though, these conversations need to start earlier. That's kind of the key message, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because there's lots of skills to be taught, but I think the conversations could be had all through the process. Yeah, absolutely. Brilliant. All right, so then we'll keep it reasonably brief today, I reckon, because there's a lot to unpack in what we've talked about. I think it's almost like what we've talked about should trigger coaches to explore some of these concepts further. Yep. We're not looking to break all of these down, but it needs to be questioned. Yep. We want people, it's meant to be thought-provoking in my mind. It's meant to say, yeah, actually, you know what? I might explore that idea a little bit further and take it upon themselves, because I think it's really important for coaches to take a good amount of responsibility for their own journey.
100%.
Their own learning.
And the important thing to acknowledge is a lot of coaches are doing this as a volunteer. Yeah. And we need them.
Absolutely.
And this isn't about pointing the finger at saying people aren't doing it right. No. It's about, how can we help people do it better?
Absolutely. That's my entire reason for doing this podcast. It's absolutely. Yeah. It was, I've set out to do this in order to improve the wholeness of the game.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So, all right, we'll wrap it up with one more question. You've been through the journey of the rep program. You've reflected on, the changes that are required along the way. If you could change one thing right back at the start, what would be the most significant thing you would see done differently? I know it's a big question. It's a big period to reflect upon, but what would be the most important thing to focus on right now?
It sounds funny.
I know you talked about physicality. I know we've covered off some of it, but go.
And I think a lot of people won't like this answer, but putting in the time before under 12's bottom age to try and make the highest possible team. Because one thing I noticed playing in rep is every year the first team was the first team.
Yep.
And the second team was the second team.
Yep.
The third team was the third team. And there was barely any changes.
Yep.
It took the entirety of junior rep for me to make it from the bottom team to the first team. That's a long time to climb without getting the first team coach quality assistance.
Okay.
Whereas if I had the first team quality from under 12's bottom age and I stayed in the first team, I would have just developed at a high level. And look, maybe my motivation was starting from the bottom and climbing my way up.
That can work for some people. But
who knows? It was a tough climb.
Yep.
It was a hard climb, a lot of work. Or I would have been in the first team and I would have been looking bigger than the first team. And so I can see the only way I could have done better is if I was provided with the knowledge gap that I was talking about at the earliest stage.
So we need to make sure, we need to do what we're doing, which is grow coaches.
Grow coaches.
Grow better coaches.
Yeah. It can't be on everybody to make the first team.
No. No, it's a good point. Excellent. Daniel, this has been a great chat. Honestly, I love your passion for the game. I love your passion for coaching and growing the sport and growing kids and their confidence. And, I can't wait to share this episode with my son because, he's pretty passionate about it and wants to grow.
Yeah.
And so if we can give players, coaches something that helps grow the game, which is exactly what I think we've just done, I am thrilled to be going through this process. So, I'm truly, truly grateful to get to talk to people like yourself. I think it's it's a blessing. It really is. So thank you.
No, thanks so much for reaching out. As soon as you reached out, I checked out your page and I loved everything you were doing.
Yeah, thanks, man.
And I've been excited for this ever since.
Tell us a little bit about Burn City Basketball.
Oh, Burn City Basketball, based in Tulip Street, Cheltenham.
Yep.
Basically across the road from Sandringham Basketball Association. And we've been open for 2 months now, indoors. Been running for 5 years outdoors.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah.
So new venue for you.
Yeah.
Love
new
it.
Venue, new me. And and we basically run one-on-ones up to small groups.
Yep.
and Monday to Sunday. So every day,
Love
the
it.
week.
That's passion.
That's passion.
That's passion. That's what you want.
You're not working if you love what you do.
That's exactly right. Well, again, thank you so much for being involved with this. It was a really great chat, and one I'll definitely come back to. So thanks very much, my friend.
Thanks for having me so much.
Good on you.
Enjoy.
See ya. That's it for today's Fast Break chat on Coach to Coach. Thanks for listening. I'm Jace, and I'll catch you next time.